In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my review of Green Lantern Emerald Knight. I am, uh, I, I think I got the wrong oath for the Green Lantern Corps. Green Geeks and Nerds on Lazy Universe and White Nerdy, and yes, this will be my review and retrospective upon Green Lantern Emerald Knight, an animated Green Lantern movie, so if nobody has seen this movie yet, spoilers. So please try to hunt down and see this movie before you watch this review, otherwise it will be spoilers. But aside from that, please enjoy the following review of Green Lantern Emerald Knight. The Green Lantern Corps is one of the most highly successful group of superheroes in the DC universe. As I've met a lot of people who absolutely love the Green Lantern Corps, and I can see why, as they're a pretty interesting team of really interesting people that they come from everywhere, all over the galaxy, all over the universe, and they unite together for one common cause to serve and to protect. The Green Lantern Corps can be seen basically as police officers nowadays. They are sworn to serve and protect, and in fact, that is the purpose of the Green Lantern when they were redone to in the form of Hal Jordan when Gardner Fox basically brought in a bunch of other superheroes to honor the golden age of superheroes. The ones and everything. Like when they all were redone, the Flash, Green Lantern, etc. The idea of the Green Lantern being a corpse on its own and like basically a police officer was a pretty interesting concept. And the Green Lantern had been done in a bunch of different ways. Hell, I'm even free to admit that I did like the Ryan Reynolds movie. Yeah, a lot of people gave it shit, and Ryan Reynolds himself even said that it wasn't as good as he intended. But even still, I mean, it still was a pretty decent film all taken together, and the Green Lantern had had its fair share of DC animated properties, like an underrated animated series that I haven't seen, Green Lantern First Flight, which is critically acclaimed as a great Green Lantern movie, which I haven't seen, and the upcoming Project Lantern. So hey, I'm jumping right on board at almost just the right time for this. Now, I want you to keep one thing in mind while I'm going through this review, and just one thing only. And as I'm going to say this next phrase, but I want you to keep it in the back of your head while I'm actually doing this. Green Lantern Emerald Knight, shamefully and without a doubt, copied off of Batman.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
I must admit that the movie does have an interesting idea. The fact that the Green Lantern Corps and telling stories about them, because they're so interesting, it makes sense. There are a team with a lot of members and a lot of history behind those members, but unfortunately, they kind of missed the point on what they could have done with the Green Lantern movie. Because if you're expecting to see a lot of your fan favorite or your favorite Green Lantern in this movie, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that you'll be sadly mistaken as they will not be appearing. So if you're expecting to see fan favorites like the all-powerful almighty John Stewart, I'm sorry to say that Johnny did not make a cameo in this movie. Or if you were expecting to see the underrated Kyle Rayner, nope, sorry to tell you too, but Kyle did not make an appearance in this, and he's nowhere in sight. Or if you were expecting to see everybody's favorite asshole Guy Gardner, nope, not even Guy is in this of all people, and he's the famous Green Lantern. All you get is the Green Lantern Corps and Hal Jordan, and that is only as far as you get.
Quite unfortunate. That does it!
Yes, the Green Lantern Corps has a lot of history behind the Corps, as it has hundreds and hundreds and basically upon millions of people that joined the Corps. So, the thing is, they have only chosen two, possibly three Green Lanterns, if you know who they are. Kilowog, Mogo, and one of the female Green Lanterns whose name is not coming to me. Not Jessica Cruz, just someone else. So, yeah, if you were expecting to see like your fan favorites, nope. Now, you would think that that's what they would have done. Have it be basically short stories about the different Green Lanterns, from Hal Jordan to John Stewart to Kyle Rayner to Guy Gardner, kind of experience like each and every different Green Lantern, as each and every one of them is different. Hell, even seeing John Stewart even getting like a small taste of his origin would be a good thing, as he was a soldier who joined the Green Lantern Corps. That in itself would be awesome. Nope. We're just gonna tell you the history about the Green Lantern, and while they're doing this, they're supposed to be waiting for a big bad guy to show up, so they pass the time by telling stories. I just want to point out that one of the writers on this was Geoff Johns, one of the most critically acclaimed writers of Green Lantern, the man who would redefine the Green Lantern, the man who brought us Dark Blackest Night, the man who really took Hal Jordan and really redefined who he was. Yeah, not only was he an executive producer, he was one of the writers. Geoff, what the fuck happened? What happened? Why did you do this? I mean, you are one of the greatest comic book writers of all time. People praise the ever-loving crap out of you. People bow at your feet for your run on Aquaman, Flash, and even, yes, Green Lantern. What happened, brother? What happened? You could have had a masterpiece film, and I will get to that in just a short while. So if you're wondering, well, what's really a Green Lantern Emerald Knights about, well, here's the thing. It's kind of hard to talk about because there's a collection of like 6 short stories centered around an entire story. Like I said, mostly the entire movie consists of the Green Lantern going, the big villain should be showing up any time now. Kilowog, how much longer? Oh, cause I was gonna go hang out with Chip and Bidig, so could this guy get moving just a little faster? Just saying. Got shit to do today. Gonna be a long day. Yeah, they mostly just sit around waiting for the big villain until he shows up during the last, 10 minutes of the movie, and it's like, oh. Then what was the entire purpose of building him up if he meant absolutely nothing, because the Green Lantern beat him pretty quickly? It is one of the most memorable Green Lantern villains. I can't think of his name offhand, but if you were expecting like Despero or Sinestro, no, but there is a short story about Abin Sur and Sinestro, which is really dumb and really has no purpose of either Sinestro or Abin Sur, who were credited as the greatest Green Lanterns ever, including Abin Sur and Sinestro before, he created the Sinestro Corps. Nope. So basically, the entire movie is sort of like if you're watching Reading Rainbow or Between the Lions. Anybody remember those series? Anyone? I just want to see how many people will be like, I know. But yeah. And mostly, what's happening is like somebody reading you like a story or reading you a graphic novel. Because all they're doing is to serve the purpose of not only telling us just how awesome that the Green Lantern Corps is, it's mostly just padding, we're failing out the time with all this bullshit, padding. I know that the team has a lot of history behind it. I do know that, and I do identify with that. But the problem is, if nobody knows who the Green Lanterns are, no one will care. Because during this movie, a lot of kids will be wondering who they are, and they have to basically look them up instead of already identifying with these characters, which makes this movie worse. Like, I can guarantee you there's a bunch of kids out there who have no fucking clue, no damn idea who the hell that fucking Mogo is. Yeah, there's only a few Green Lanterns that I identified because I'm kind of a casual fan of them and I've heard of them. But aside from that, I was confused about the rest of them. Yes, this is a great thing to have for the Green Lantern Corps. Basically identified of just how famous, how powerful, and how popular that this actual team actually is. And like I said earlier, the Green Lantern Corps has hundreds, if not millions, of members. But there was only one reason why this movie ceases to exist. The only reason why Green Lantern Emerald Knights exists is because of the popularity of Batman Gotham Knight, an animated movie that redefined who Batman was. And the reason why Batman Gotham Knight is critically acclaimed is because it was written by different people and how they viewed the Dark Knight detective, that he was represented in different ways. And the different animated art styles during the film helped basically re-identify the way of Batman, really giving him much more of an amplified taste and tone to his character. As with Batman Gotham Knight, we all have that one favorite short story that we just identify with, one that basically is our favorite representation of the Dark Knight. As Batman Gotham Knight is one of the DCAU's most critically acclaimed films, and if you haven't seen it yet, you earn yourself to a masterpiece film all about Batman.
This is still better.
Green Lantern Emerald Knights was a film that could have worked. It's a film that had so many ideas that it could have worked. The only thing that was wrong with it is the fact of what they tried to do with the Green Lantern Corps. And that was basically taking members that no one knows about and trying to give them recognition, which is not a bad idea. The only problem is that no one's gonna care about these other members of the past. We all want the characters that we mostly have known for our life. Hell, if you wanted to go the alien route, you could have included more characters than just Kilowog. You could have included, like Chip, Badig, other characters that people really have known. Or, like I said, the other previous Green Lanterns. Or just have them all be one Green Lantern but shown in different stories. Green Lantern and Emerald Knight were just trying to capitalize on the massive success of Batman Gotham Knight, and when I noticed that, I was like, oh my god, it tries to be Batman, but it failed copying it in the worst way. Like, it basically was copied off as a dumb kid in class, and he just got a massive F upon it. Green Lantern Emerald Knights doesn't shine brightly like a Green Lantern. It doesn't even come close to being in the same territory of a Green Lantern. In fact, if DCAU wanted to really redo this project, the best way to do so is just choose either one Green Lantern or all of them. Include Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, and Guy Gardner, and reinvent them in your own way. Tell a story that has them involved in it. Especially with Lanterns coming out, I'm pretty sure that they'll probably do the same thing. And also James Gunn's Superman, which is going to include Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, which, fun fact, Nathan Fillion voiced Hal Jordan in this movie. And I have to say that almost this movie did work. Almost. But it's just the fact that they missed the point of what they could have done. Yes, the Green Lantern Corps had a lot of history behind it. Yes, and you could do a lot of interesting things with this history. Indeed. But no one's gonna care about this history if they're not seeing their favorite Green Lantern. The only couple favorites that are here are probably mostly Kilowog and Hal Jordan. That's it. Unless somebody's a fan of Ganthet, which a lot of people probably don't know even who Ganthet is, but there you go. Green Lantern Emerald Knight just doesn't shine as brightly, and unfortunately, I don't have a Funko Pop that basically could identify of they don't shine as brightly here. But I've heard so many good things about Green Lantern First Flight and also the Green Lantern animated series that I haven't checked out at all, ever. And even the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds is better than this. I don't see where they flopped, but I see what the idea is. But they could have done better. So if they really brought back Emerald Knights, they probably could do it a lot better. Do the Marvel what if scenario, but write different Green Lanterns in different scenarios. It could work. Hell, the series, what is it, Green Lantern Corps, basically did that idea, and it is one of DC's best comic book series. So there's a little reading recommendation. And if you want Geoff John's greatest works, please do go and check out his Green Lantern one, as it is phenomenal. But this one, I'm sorry to say, man, I have mixed opinions about it, but mostly I think that this movie sucked and is not one of the DCAU's greatest films. If you want a great recommendation into how Jordan and his origin story, go and check out Justice League New Frontier. It is a phenomenal work, and the way that Darwin Cook handled Hal Jordan really showed how much love that he went into this. But for me, Green Lantern Emerald Knights is not a recommendation for me, especially if you are a die-hard Green Lantern fan, and I am not. But even still, I can admit that this film could have been so much better.
God damn you! God damn all of you!
But that's gonna do it for me, and if I had to give this movie a Funko Pop rating, I would give it the rating of about 11, since it seemed pretty blind to mainly what fans were probably looking forward to with this movie. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be reading your votes. I want to keep you getting on. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified every single time I make an upload, and join me at Twitter, the link in the description down below. And also, be sure to tell me who is your favorite Green Lantern in the comment section down below. I'm an old school guy because I love the David S. Goyer, Geoff John JSA run. And so far, Alan Scott is my favorite Green Lantern of all time, and including still the most powerful Green Lantern. Second Hal Jordan. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in the votes. I want to keep you on, and be sure to basically keep on the Green Lantern oath. And if please stay away from Green Lantern Emerald Knights and see any of the other Green Lantern properties. I can assure you they're probably 1,000 times better. And are you excited to see Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, or are you more excited for Lanterns? Let me know in the comments down below too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in your voice. I want nerdy keep you on. And until next time, guys, and as always, take care.